So please, all of the presenters to the stage, please. So Mr. Muhammad Mustafa Raza, so please join us.
Mr. Asman Kausar, please come on stage. Dr. Sayyid Sakri Hussain Shah, please come on stage. I request Dr. Urdu Rafidi, please come on stage.
And Mr. Rasio Mangianiere is absent here because the presentation will be online, so we're speaking on trade. So, Dr. please, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. On behalf of DHA Sofa University, Mr. Mustafa Raza and I, Dr. Samreen Amir, are really grateful. We are thankful to Federal Urdu University, in particular Dr. Faisal, Dr. Rizwana, and the whole team, IBA, and especially our Polish guests for organizing this successful and highly important event. And we are really grateful to you people for providing us the opportunity to present our paper today. First of all, let's come to the objective of the study. Although most of the aspects have been covered by Dr. Usman Siraj, but I want to highlight some more aspects here as well. Since both Poland and Pakistan experienced unstable and insecure conditions, it is crucial for Pakistan to learn from Poland's experience how to use foreign policy to strengthen its economy. Trade between Poland and Pakistan on a bilateral basis has increased since Poland joined the European Union. Actually, in this interconnected and interdependent global world, the economic policies usually shape the state policies. So it is really important for us to highlight the economic aspects and the growth that we can enjoy by bilateral trade with each other. So trade increased by 60.57% between 2007 and 2008, from $104.88 million to $206.42 million. Just look at this graph. You can see that by 2008, mainly we were importing coke and toilet paper and all these things from Poland, and what we were exporting to them were mainly consists of house linen, light synthetic cotton fabrics. It is more based on textiles and cotton made-ups. Pakistan's economic relations with Poland. Before that, I want to highlight some more points. Polish and Pakistani economic cooperation took the pace after that. Our trade turnover passed $400 million in 2018, and it is currently still growing. Particularly noteworthy are the energy and resource exploration sectors, where Polish firms affiliated with the Polish Oil and Gas Company group has also been engaged in Pakistan for more than 20 years. Now look at the graph. In 2018, we started, relying more on scrap iron from Poland, and as always, we were exporting them cotton and cotton made-ups, linens, and non-knit and woven suits. The export margin also increased, and it reached to $440 million. One more thing that I want to point out is GSP+. Poland has been a strong advocate for Pakistan's inclusion in the GSP+ program. A special incentive scheme for sustainable development and good governance that eliminates tariffs on more than 66% of European Union tariff lines. Pakistan currently benefits from this inclusion, as exports to Europe have grown especially quickly since being granted GSP+. increasing by 50% to 6.7 billion pounds in 2013 to 19, of which 5 billion pounds was spent on textiles. Then again, a new initiative taken by the Pakistani government. They organized on September 22 in Warsaw, they organized, Pakistani embassy organized a webinar titled Let's Do Business Together. Opportunities and prospects of business with Pakistan. In association with the Polish National Chamber of Commerce and Industries, more than 40 Polish businesses from a variety of industries, including textiles, sport, food processing, etc., attended the event. Now, let's see the graph. By 2020, the Pakistan, importing scrap iron from Poland with 48.3% of total volume, and export value increased to $524 million. So this is, a huge jump, and we are still increasing, and we are collaborating in so many different aspects and so many different sectors as well. So this is a very positive picture of our trade. Now, I want to share you the success story of Poland's economic growth. The end of World War II brought about political and economic changes in Poland. The tensions between the two world powers after World War II affected the entire world. So Poland was cut off by the Iron Curtain. Poland was never in a position to plant the seeds of the great economic boom that swept the West up until the 1970s because of the controlled and hegemonic policies of the USSR. The introduction of heavy industry and the emergence of large corporations that were actually the goal of the socialist regime to give boom to the heavy industries rather than the small industries. It was this was the specialized item or specialized the framework of the socialist regime. So the government working under a socialist manifesto required not only the industrial sector, but the agricultural sector was also affected, and the Polish economy from the global economy following the post-war nationalization of foreign trade, they were far apart from each other. The socialist 1956-year plan formally establishes Poland's transition to real Soviet-style economy in terms of industrial development. The plan required for accelerated industrial growth, especially in mining and manufacturing, at the expense of consumer goods and services, agriculture and other economic sector. Near all commercial enterprises and firms with a size greater than 125 acres are taken over by the state. In the private sector, only family-owned business remained. But after the reforms in 1970, let's have a look at how and the way they transformed themselves, the way they became the emerging, the industrial, they actually took a high jump from the socialist controlled industrial or hegemonic, under the hegemony they were operating all the sectors, and then with the liberated economy, they actually became the industrialized country. After the reforms in the 1970s and 1980s and a change in government policies of the state, many of the state planning mechanisms were bypassed and individual businesses were given more direct control. Now, I want to share one more policy. It's not working. Shock therapy. Just look at this, particular, you can say the process. Leszek Balcerowicz, the Deputy Prime Minister and new economic head of Poland's first post-communist administration, implemented a radical plan for the country's quick transition to a market economy in August 1989. As a result, this tactique has earned a perhaps misleading moniker of shock therapy. Since its introduction in Poland on January 1st, 1990, the strategy has been hotly contested Most of the rest of Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union, including Russia, after 1991 have adopted it in modified form. And what is shock therapy actually? Shock therapy was a method to reform the economy and implement rapid, comprehensive, and extensive programs to implement normal capitalism. Both the general public and politicians had a clear understanding that shock therapy encompasses all of the actions that distinctly identify Poland as a member of Western Europe. Then the privatization of industries. Again, it's not working. All right. Now, I just want to, emphasize that about Poland's foreign policy. Poland's foreign policy does not aim to isolate Russia. It is in favor of keeping open lines of communication with Russia on regular basis. Polish security policy is heavily influenced by collaboration with neighbors who share Poland's perspective on challenges. The Visegrad Group nations, Romania and the Baltic states, are Poland's closest NATO neighbors and work together with it on this front. Poland also aims to strengthen ties with Eastern European nations as well as Scandinavian nations, particularly Sweden and Finland. Ukraine and Georgia, Poland will therefore look to the international community for assistance in implementing the strategy for responsible development until 2020. Now, what Pakistan can learn from Poland? Yes, I am not going to cover the textile thing that I have worked on, but I just want to give you a brief summary of this whole study, that what we can learn from Poland, despite the fact that Poland was driven into war, devastated by its neighbors and subjected to USSR economic, political and social exploitation. The country's foreign policy was built on the principles of forgiving one another. And moving on, Poland has no ongoing major disputes with any other countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samri. And now there is a presentation of Ms. Asma Kawzar from Federal Urdu University, Karachi, about the salt deposits of Pakistan and Poland. The floor is yours.
I would like to welcome honorable guests from Poland, dear professors and my colleagues from FUUAST as well as from other universities. I warmly welcome all of you. Assalam Alaikum. I am Dr. Asma Kausar Khan. I am assistant professor at Department of Geology, FUUAST. And today I am going to present the research paper, the salt deposits of Pakistan and Poland. Because salt is a common commodity which we use in daily life. It gives taste to our recipes, as well as it is used in different industries. For example, food industry, pharmaceuticals, as well as in fish industry. So I have just compared the salt deposits of Pakistan and Poland. The title of my presentation is The Salt Deposits of Pakistan and Poland. First is the introduction. We have the salt deposits at Khewda. The Khewda salt mine deposit is known as the second world's largest salt deposits, and it is located at Khewda, north of Pindadan Khan in Jhelum district, Punjab province of Pakistan. The Khewda salt mine has been working for 150 years, and it was first opened in 1872. The production of salt from the mine is 350,000 metric tons annually. The beautiful pink colored salt is present in the salt mines. This pink salt is also called the Himalayan salt, and it is exported all over the world. Salt mine of Poland. Poland also has the known salt deposits in the world. There are some famous salt mines in Poland. are Wieliczka salt mine, Bochnia salt mine. Bochnia is the oldest salt mine in Poland and also in the world. It dates to 1248. The Wieliczka salt mine near the town Wieliczka near Krakow in southern Poland. This mine is producing sodium chloride, commonly known as table salt. From Neolithic times, the Wieliczka salt mine started working in the 13th century and production remained till 2007. It is one of the world's oldest operating salt mine. The location map of Khewra. Also the map of Wieliczka salt mine. And I will start the history. The history of Khewra salt mine. The Khewra salt mine or the Khewra deposits were originally discovered by Alexander's troop. In 320 BC, when Alexander the Great crossed the Jhelum River and Miyawali district, Miyawali area during the Indian campaign, the horses of the troops were licking the stones, and the ailing horses got healthy and hence discovered the world's second deposits of salt. After this, during the Mughal era, the Khewra salt was exported and traded in different countries as far as Central Asia. After the downfall of great Mughal Empire, the Sikhs taken the charge of the salt mine. Gulab Singh, the ruler of Jammu, and Hari Singh Nalwa, Sikh commander, started managing the salt ranges. History of Wieliczka salt mines. The history of Polish salt mines related to 13th century. King Casimir III, who reigned 1333 to 1370, contributed greatly to the systematic excavations of the salt and development of the salt mines. He provided many facilities to the miners. In 1363, the king founded a hospital for miners near the salt mine. In 1978, Wieliczka salt mine was recognized by UNESCO and added in the list of World Heritage Sites. This is known as Poland's official national historic monuments on 16 September 1994. Now the geology of Khewra salt deposits. The geological age of Khewra salt mine is Cambrian, and deposits are present in highly folded and folded, thick layered salt range formation. At the base of the geological formation, a crystalline halite is present. Also, potash salts are intercalated with halite. Gypsiferous marl is present above the halite and potash layer. A mosque built with salt bricks in the Khewra salt mine is called the Shahi Mosque. Now the geology of Wieliczka salt deposit. The geology of Wieliczka salt mine is unique and rare and are found in the salt deposits of Poland. The geological age of Wieliczka salt mine is Permian. The rock salt deposits are found in two salt-bearing formations of Upper Permian and Neogene age. The Permian rock salt deposits also has potash salt. This Permian rock salt deposit is the largest deposit than the other deposit of Neogene age. Now the sedimentary environment of salt deposition. Climate is the important factor in evaporation. Evaporites are restricted to dry climate areas. In dry areas, rainfall is low and evaporation rate is high. The salt deposits are formed due to evaporation of water from ocean in the form of vapors, and slow accumulation of salt which remain in the basin during the dry weather condition and high temperature cause intensive evaporation. The slime sedimentation in the Carpathian foredeep of Poland was lasted for 2 lakh years. This is how I compared the salt deposits of Pakistan and Poland, and I believe that in future the relations between Pakistan and Poland we can enhance in science as well as in technology and other dimensions and other aspects of life. Thank you very much.
So, the suggestion from the organizer is that I will invite the next presenter. Perhaps we can reestablish connection next time. Dr. Said Shah from National University of Modern Languages in Islamabad, Pakistan, will present us the speech about the dynamics of Pakistan-Poland relations, the prospects and challenges in the era of geoeconomy. So it's a very interesting concept. Please, Sir, the floor is yours.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much, organizer of this unique international conference on Pakistan and Poland relations. I really congratulate the organizers, specifically the head of Department of IR-Urdu University, Karachi, Professor Dr. Asghar Dashti, and Dr. Faisal Javed. Especially I'm grateful to him for organizing this and inviting us from Islamabad, and also other people affiliated with the organization of this conference, including Dr. Arif. It is a great honor for me for having a PhD degree from University of Warsaw, Poland. I spent approximately 4.5 years in Poland. And when for first time I returned back from Poland to my colleagues and friends, they asked me about the Polish people. So there's a very simple and short story about that. Specifically, the youth of Poland, they are very cooperative. If you are in the street facing difficulty in searching an address, so they fully cooperate with you, and they can go with you some step forward to find out that address. My topic is the dynamics of Pakistan-Poland relations, the prospects and challenges in the era of geoeconomy. Emphasis of my paper is dynamics of relations between Pakistan and Poland from historical and current economic perceptions. Bilateral ties have a solid base which provide a durable source of the collaboration in the emerging geo-economic environment. There is a huge potential of mutual cooperation in the era of geo-economy, as both countries can learn from each other's experiences. Poland, being a member of European Union since 2004, plays an influential role in the European Union. Pakistan is one of the important trading partners of Poland, having more than $750 million trade with this country. So this figure, this is about the 2021. I collected this data. Recently, I visited Poland for a conference in September. I collected this data from Embassy of Pakistan, commercial section. So currently, the trade volume between the two countries is this year, 2022, according to the ambassador of Poland in Pakistan, that is approximately $800 million. Identification of existing trade volume and the prospects and challenging concerning the bilateral economic cooperation in the changing geo-economics environment or of the goals of this research. Theoretical framework is very important. It is specifically important for the research scholars of international relation. New liberalism or the liberal institutionalism holds that international cooperation between the states can be achievable and sustainable, and such cooperation can reduce conflict and competition. A famous author Robert Kuhn monograph of 1984, After Hegemony, Cooperation and Discord in the World Political Economy, describing the new institutional economics, argues that the international system could remain stable in the absence of hegemony. The author recognized that the cooperation is not an easy achievement, but states could take benefit from the cooperative strategies. According to new liberal institutionalism, states act as for their own interest, yet hold a much more optimistic view on cooperation. The popular term geoeconomics, this is also one of the important concepts in international relations. Geoeconomics is about use of economic tools to advance geopolitical objectives. Sometimes, so economy is very important. We can give an example of the rising Chinese economy. They are gaining their political objectives through economic rising. The concept argued that the state can project its political power by use of economic tools. Trade is a very important tool in the context of economic cooperation or geoeconomics. The model of interstate relation can range from cooperative to conflictual. The cooperative relation can encourage states' investment and stop flow of illicit capital. The economic relation between Pakistan and Poland could be analyzed in the light of assumption of new liberalism, which calls the international cooperation feasible and viable. As for the historical perspective of the relation between Pakistan and Poland, there are many agreements between the two countries, and in advance I want to congratulate all of you, guests from Poland and participants from Pakistan, at threshold of the 60th anniversaries of relation between the two countries. Bilateral relations deal with the various challenges, but the prospects of the relations must not be ignored. Despite of huge economic difficulties, Pakistan is struggling to grow its economy. There are various difficulties for Pakistan, specifically since 2018. And tragic flood and COVID-19 added to rapid inflation and poor and slow economic growth and disruptions. Pakistan already announced an external policy shift from geopolitics to geoeconomics. It is due to the importance of economic security as one of the important pillars of the national security. National security has different dimensions, and economic security is, in this era, is very important aspect of the security. Geoeconomics implies using geography as a leverage to maximize economic well-being. By improving economic activities in the region, Pakistan can build bridges and generate wealth to ease upcoming burden of the international system on the country. Geoeconomics will help Pakistan to enhance its economy in order to deal with the geopolitics or geopolitical challenges. Pakistan can be benefited from the experience of countries like Poland, which enhance its economic resources in the post-Cold War era. Trade encompassing the exchange of goods and services between economic actors is one of the important factors in the bilateral economic relation. Trade between Pakistan and Poland. So Poland is the second largest exporter, and Pakistan is 51 largest importer in the world. And when we are talking about the Pakistan and Poland trade volume, so Pakistan's share in Polish import is 0.2% in 2021. And the Polish share in Pakistani export is 1%. Pakistan is 69th largest exporter of the world with 0.1% of market share in the global export. Pakistan trade volume with Poland is relatively low as compared to some other European countries. Trade balance is in favor of Pakistan. There's some charts so that can define the trade volume between Pakistan and Poland. So it is starting from 2017, and if the progress is slow but encouraging, if you look over the 2020, so trade volume between the two countries has been increased in the 2021. And then finally, I want to show another chart. So this is separately, that is about 2020 and 2021. And another chart that is about the exports of different commodities from Pakistan, specifically cotton, rice, and leather. Can you show another chart? So then I can go to the conclusion. In the conclusion, in light of the existing mutual understanding and the cooperation between the two countries in the various fields, specifically in the economic cooperation between the two countries, there is a huge scope of the bilateral ties in the geo-economic era. Both countries should focus on exploring more avenues of trade and investment in multiple sectors. The two nations could enhance two-way trade in areas of information technology, food processing, and preservations and agriculture. Existing volume of trade could increase with more items required from both sides. The boost of trade could enhance economic cooperation between two sides in geo-economic era. And finally, I want to suggest, because this is very important for the first time, professors came from Poland here for participating in this conference between the two countries. There should be an bilateral academic forum, specifically in international relations between the two countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saeed Shah. Thank you especially for your kind and generous opinion from your personal perspective. I am honored to share something about my conference. And I hope that our mutual trade perspective will be better than present. So it is up to our students, maybe they do something in the future to increase our exchange. Dr. Orazio Marianiere from Perugia, Italy. So ladies and gentlemen, we will have a presentation of Dr. Orazio Marianiere from Perugia University in Italy. So external view on our bilateral relations. The subject is Poland and Pakistan as hubs of the Belt and Road Initiative. So, Dr. Please, the virtual floor is yours.
Okay, I will read my speech. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to take part in this important international dialogue, in which various points of great importance will be dealt with, such as friendship between peoples through diplomacy and the joining of various countries through their balanced use of international market. Pakistan and Poland are two seemingly very different countries. They are inserted into relatively distant regional systems and share at most the fact that in both cases they are part of the Great Eurasian landmass. Poland can be considered to all intents and purposes an integral part of Europe, while Pakistan belongs to South Asia. Their coexistence on the Eurasian continent, however, leads their economic destiny in a particular way. In the recent period, in fact, some projects of political, economic and infrastructural integration have been developed which concern the extended space of the Eurasian continent beyond actual international relations, just like that between Pakistan and Poland in theory. One of the most influential players in the Eurasian space is the People's Republic of China, which at the same time also has a very specific weight in the international market, as well as a prominent position in the development of technology and at various levels. China also promotes certain international economic organizations centered on an orderly use of the country's trading capacities, and explicitly opposes a diplomatic and political closure of the possibilities for economic exchange. Obviously, as we shall see further on, this is not of little importance for the economic policies of the Eurasian countries, and in this case of Poland and Pakistan. In fact, both assume a particular role within the great infrastructural construction and integration planning of the so-called Belt and Road Initiative. Before talking about the current state of international trade between Pakistan and Poland, however, we must underline some elements of commonality between the two countries in question. Both Pakistan and Poland are two countries that are performing positively and according to their relative possibilities on the international scene. In both cases, they are not the driving force of the regional economies, but they are increasing the volumes of growth and modernizing their economies. We must also underline the role, which will come in handy for our analysis later, that Polish governments have assigned to issues such as infrastructural development and the attraction of foreign investment. All these elements are hand in glove with the Polish-Chinese relationship. As far as Pakistan is concerned, on the other hand, the situation is that of a country that only relatively recently gained political independence, decolonizing itself from the British rule. According to the World Bank, Pakistan, despite some endemic difficulties, has significantly decreased poverty in the country in the last 2 decades. Although it seems that the country is experiencing an economic slowdown, it is still growing. If some sources spoke of a growth of around 6% in May of this year, according to the World Bank, the country will close at only 2%. These conditions can clearly be modified by a whole series of adjustments, and above all by the economic relationships that the country will be able to develop in the next period with other growth players, and by how much it will be able to fit into the mechanism of new large projects of the international infrastructure. This clearly does not detract from the existence of a whole series of endemic problems which should be dealt with in a structured way, such as, for example, the climate issue and its dramatic consequences, specifically the disastrous floods. As for the current condition of Pakistan-Poland trade, the volume of trade is constantly growing. Furthermore, the fact that Poland is located in Europe testifies to the power of the international market in this historical period, thanks to new transport technologies. This is another factor we will return to when discussing the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. However, it is a fact that goods transport technologies have made giant strides and that the international market can proceed between countries even at considerable distances on the world map. Earlier this year, Polish ambassador to Islamabad, Maciej Pisarski, I think this is the correct pronunciation, underlined that the volume of trade between the two countries now exceeds 500 billion of US dollars, and that relations between Pakistan and Poland are intensifying under various and multiple points of view, including, but not limited to, in the field of technology, so important today. To this, he added that the European Union is, to date, the most important destination for Pakistan's exports. And this obviously only increases the economic ties between the two countries. It is in this context of international exchanges that the variable of infrastructural planning emerges from the advanced globalization of the markets. One of these was always fundamental for understanding the economic issues of the 21st century, is that of the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. This project can be defined as a potential infrastructural and commercial backbone of Eurasia, even if, in Chinese planning, it also extends to Africa and so on. Specifically, this project consists of the construction of railway routes, maritime commercial lines, and their connections to coordinate international trade on a very large scale. Both Pakistan and Poland are included in this large-scale project. As far as Pakistan is concerned, it is considered a strategic element by China, and therefore it will be a real central hub for the planning of the Belt and Road relations between Pakistan and China. That has been very important, especially in the last period. And for this project, according to 2018 data, China has allocated $63 billion for the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The commercial relations between these two countries, thanks to the Belt and Road, are foreseen especially in the energy sector, in particular civilization, which is an objective for China, which believes that only international peace guarantees business predictability. China has repeatedly reiterated that the introduction of the Belt and Road and the increase in trade volumes, not only between China and the countries involved in the project, but also between the countries involved in the project themselves and close to each other, will increase regional stability. Jacob Mandel writes that, and I quote, China's wisdom holds that state-driven investment in infrastructure creates economic social stability. Okay, and control the security environment. So I jump to the conclusions, and sorry for the time I used. If trade between the two countries is a goal, Pakistan and Poland, the Belt and Road Initiative could be one means by which to achieve it. Furthermore, if trade relations between Pakistan and Poland are mutually beneficial, despite the already existing debt licenses between the two actors, it is unlikely that the Belt and Road will distort this type of relationship to the advantage of other closer trade partners. To conclude, when it comes to trade relations between nations that have many variables to take into account, especially if there is a lot of geographical space to divide the countries into question, political issues must be taken into account, which in this case involve many more actors than a simple neighborly relationship. Market and technology changes must be taken into account too. An accurate forecast is always very difficult to make. Nonetheless, it is possible to speculate that in the event of the Belt and Road being built and linking up with Pakistan and Poland, both countries will benefit not only from the project itself and from their role as major hubs in their specific sectors, but also in the increase of the exchange capacities between them. Thank you. And I think.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mieri. And now, last but not least, we have the presentation of Dr. Mazury and Navid Anjam from International Islamic University in Islamabad, Pakistan. The presentation is about Pakistan-Poland economic relations and regional connectivity, challenges, opportunities, and way forward. So, Professor, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am the last speaker of today, but I think not the least one. I congratulate the organizers of today's international conference especially Dr. Asghar Ali Dashti, Dr. Faisal Javed, Dr. Arif Khan, Dr. Brohi, Dr. Ozma, and all other, sorry if I forget the name, all the team members. And it's a really great opportunity. I'm also grateful to them for inviting us here. I'm also grateful to my co-author of the paper and appreciate his efforts, Mr. Naveed Anjum, for having collaboration in this paper. Topic is Pakistan-Poland economic relations and regional connectivity, challenges, opportunities, and way forward. Introduction. Pakistan-Poland relations has pre-partition history. There were 30,000 Polish refugees settled in Karachi during World War II. Diplomatic relations established in 1962. My other colleagues, they also talked about. Currently, both countries have trade of $722 million US. This trade volume between the two countries can be enhanced bilaterally, annually, with the efforts of the business community, but also with the support of the governments from both countries. There are still few issues which need the government attention on the both sides, like visa issues to Pakistani businessmen. It's comparatively difficult to get the visa of Poland. The business environment in both countries, especially here in Pakistan, because of some factors, there's also an obstacle. Quality of Pakistani products. Poland is part of BRI, so it can be part of CPEC as well in broader context. And it will help both countries and the region. Trade with Poland will help to eliminate poverty in Pakistan. Poland can help Pakistan to modernize through technology, which Pakistan direly needed. Pakistan-Poland economic relations. Both countries have close economic relations. According to 2018 data, Poland ranked 23rd as Pakistan's export destination. We want Poland to be in Pakistan's top 5 export destination. Poland had become Pakistan's 7th largest trading partner in the European Union. Both countries have trade of $722 million US, where Pakistan has big share of $600 million. Trade decline was minimal during COVID-19, which was a positive sign. Both cooperate in multiple areas, like cooperation in the oil and gas field. Poland is pioneer of petroleum exploration in Europe. Pakistan has potential and need for oil and gas. PG&IG, known as Polish Oil and Gas Company, is operating in Pakistan since 1997. Exploration in 4 concessions, namely Mekhtar, Sabzal, Khanpur West, and Sabzal West. It holds 40% working interest. I mean, the Polish company holds 40% working interest in exploration in Nawabshah. Company discovers Rahman 1 well in 2009 and started production in 2013. PG&IG is first tired gas producer in Pakistan. Tired gas is, which is, deeply rooted and a heavy machinery used to extract it from the deep layers of the rocks. So this is very much, effective, in this production of the tired gas. PG&IG has drilled 11 wells in Kirtar block comprising 3 appraisals, 3 exploratory and 5 development wells. Company has invested $125 million in Pakistan. Daily production from Rahman field is 24 MMS CFD from 4 producing wells. If we have a look about the coal mining in Pakistan, Pakistan has 3,377 million tons of coal and ranked 20th in the world. Pakistan can use this coal for almost more than 300 years and 9th largest producer in the world. So if we see this capacity of Poland, it can really have strong collaboration with Pakistan in the coal mining sector in future. Poland produces 80% of its energy through coal. Both countries signed an MOU in 2014 for coal mining. Further, if we have a look about Pakistan's exports to Poland, so there are multiple products which Pakistan exports to Poland, like textile, chemical fiber, sports products, leather products, vegetables, corn, ties, plastics, onyx, marble, and medical veterinary instruments Pakistan export to Poland. Pakistani exports to Poland are increasing at an annual rate of 19.1% on regular basis. Pakistan did not export any service to Poland in 2020. Textile exports to Poland are 90% of all exports. Textile is, we know that it is major industry in Pakistan. In 2022, I mean this year, Pakistan earned $4.583 billion from textile. But we have no doubt that this textile export from Pakistan to Poland, it should be continued, but we have to diversify our exports, and Poland can open new markets for our other products. Poland's exports to Pakistan. Poland is 6th largest economy in the European Union by GDP, 5th in the European Union by PPP, and 24th in the world. In 2021, Poland exported more than 148 million US dollars of goods to Pakistan. Iron and steel are top exported commodities. It exported vehicles, cosmetics, railway machines, and tractors. During last 25 years, Poland exports to Pakistan increased 5.39% from 31.4 billion US dollars in 95 to 117 million US dollars in 2020. Poland provides Pakistan electric equipment, including diesel generator, spare parts of marine and diesel engines. Further, Poland to join CPEC, but in broader context. I mean, that's already part of BRI since 2015. And if we see in 2019, Poland's ambassador to Pakistan, Peter Oplansky, said that his government desires to join the project at a later stage. He said business environment in Pakistan is improving, and Poland businessmen can take advantage by investing in special economic zones under CPEC. Let me tell you that there are some 9 special economic zones under the CPEC, and 3 are prioritized, where already work has been started. And these special economic zones already played very crucial role in the development of China, and it is a model where Pakistan want to copy it. And yes, Pakistan can diversify, can boost its economy, it also can link its economy with all of its neighbors, and even beyond the neighbors. We can reach to Eastern Europe, even to Poland, through the utilization of these ECZs, I mean special economic zones. Further, trade concessions by Poland to Pakistan. Under GSP Plus status, EU cuts import duties to zero on more than 2/3 of the tariff lines of their exports. For GSP Plus, countries had ratified and implemented 27 international conventions. Poland is a member of the European Union and always supported Pakistan for GSP Plus scheme. In 2013, Pakistan received EU-granted duty-free access to 96% of Pakistani export products to the EU market. The current GSP Plus scheme will end next year in 2023, so we will have to re-sign this GSP Plus status. In first 2 years of GSP Plus, Pakistani garment exports to EU grew at 11% per year. In 2010 flood, Poland supported Pakistan to increase trade to minimize effects of flood. trade concessions by Pakistan to Poland. Pakistan provides concession to Poland in the areas where it is weak, like energy production of raw materials like oil and gas are the main areas. Pakistan is providing concessions to the oil and gas companies of Poland. Poland is conducting exploration and production of oil and gas, technologies in banking sector, digital security, fintech, drones and smart cities. Better investment opportunities are there in agriculture and food processing areas. Geoeconomic advantages of Poland to Pakistan. Poland is located in the heart of Europe. It can provide Pakistan with an opportunity to export its products to the European Union and East Central European markets. Poland is internationally connected through trade, migration, investment, and have strong infrastructure. Poland is one of the most connected countries of Europe. Pakistani businessmen can use Poland's location to enhance their business in Europe. It is easy to start business in Poland, just registration in court is needed. Pakistan can utilize this opportunity to enhance its exports. Sorry, I'm having short time, so geoeconomic advantages of Pakistan to Poland is also there. As Pakistan is at a juncture of South Asia, Central Asia and also West Asia, Poland can utilize it. Regional connectivity between the two countries is possible. There are 3 routes, from China we can do, Russia and then Eurasia, Poland. Also, that is another CPEC can also be very much vital in the future, having that access to the Eastern Europe. You can see the map. Then this one. There is already, Pakistan, Tehran and Istanbul, Turkey, that railway line that can also be used in future. There are some challenges to Pakistan-Poland economic relations, like some import tariffs, some custom duties, some infrastructure, some the quality of the products. These are some problems, but of course opportunities are so much. We have to concentrate and we really can utilize these opportunities to have stronger and even strongest relationship in all fields between Pakistan and Poland. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mazury from the Islamic University of Islamabad. So now it's traditionally time for questions. I hope there are many of them, so please ask questions to our presenters, please, lady.
Sir, my question is that Pakistan's foreign direct investment FDI is in a free fall, and we Pakistanis have been witnessing this depletion since 2 decades now. And in the past, the countries which were in contrast way less developed than us are actually being linchpins of capital investment now. And what could be a better example than Bangladesh? The reason behind our this depletion could be the dips between our political parties, or the short-term economic policies, or maybe the breaking news of the COVID-19. Coming back to the question, I would like to ask, with this crashing of FDI, what would encourage the Polish investors to invest in our country in the future?
Would you like me to highlight the responsibility of Polish in one area? Yes, ma'am. Actually, there are not too much Polish citizens now who are living here. They actually migrated at the time of World War II. But then, after that, they after settled in some other parts of the world. But the thing is, the majority, the responsibility lies on us. हम जो majority में होते हैं, तो ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी होती है to take care of the minority who are living in your country. So the thing is, you have to ask yourself that how you can take care of the different nationalities who are living here in this region, in this country, in this city. So we should ask this question to ourselves, I think. Am I right?
Madam, our question is concerning about if Pakistan is just to buy the cheapest oil from Russia as well as previous government and the present government is planning to generally visit and get a low price of the cheapest oil. Did you have what is the impact of Polish and Pakistan relation? As well as one other question is that in our steel plant is the layoff or shut down or demolished. You have a largest plant of steel technology. Have you interested in this regard and future plan to just to rehabilitate or functioning in this plant? Thank you very much. Anybody you just reply.
So, as a whole, I can express my feelings for my state because I'm not representing the government. But obviously, there are two problems. First of all, we are supporting Ukraine, and we agree that buying resources, crude oil and so on from Russia is supporting the war because Russia is earning money and they can spend it on military purposes. But contrary, I also know that the countries, developing countries like Pakistan, needs cheap resources because simply one cannot afford to pay more for that. We are suffering in Poland skyrocketing prices of our petrol stations. So I think your agreement with Russia, according to that oil, will not affect our future relations with Pakistan at all. So we understand the reason. Okay, so please another questions.
Second question.
There was questions downstairs. Those guys downstairs. So lady, please.
Assalam, sir. This is me, Shazia Khan from Urdu University IR department, second semester. Can you highlight the important role and responsibilities of people of Poland who are living in Pakistan, their role between Pakistan and Poland relations?
Okay, sir. So my question is that, as you said, my question is that as it is being said that Poland should join the CPEC. So don't you think there will be a problematic situation for the Poland by joining the CPEC, as we know that China is the trade partner of Russia, and there is always conflict between Ukraine and Russia?
It is to me or to somebody else?
Sir, Dr. Afridi is the question to you.
Okay, so Dr. Afridi, this question is to you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I don't think so that there can be conflict between Russia and China. China and Russia, they are cooperating in many fields. Even we can see Central Asia, if there is political influence of Russia, but on the other hand, economically, China is the strongest one, and energy politics is also there. Both countries, they are also the founding members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So what I think, on many fronts and in many areas, there are similarities between China and Russia. Yeah, there can be a kind of, some very few issues, and those can be globally. As far as the question of the regional integration is concerned, and CPEC in particular and BRI, that is in general, I think there can be no issue for Russia, and even there pose an advantage to Russia if Poland joins CPEC in broader context, I mean to utilize BRI through the linkage of CPEC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another questions, please? Okay, ma'am, please.
Sir, my question is that Pakistan's foreign direct investment FDI is in a free fall, and we Pakistanis have been witnessing this depletion for 2 decades now. And in the past, the countries which were import vastly less developed than us are actually being linchpins of capital investing now. And what could be a better example than Bangladesh? The reason behind our this depletion could be the difference between our
or maybe the breaking news of the COVID-19. Coming back to the question, I would like to ask with this crashing of FDI, what would encourage the foreign investors to invest in our country in the future?
Dr. 15 is requested to please reply.
Please, to which parameters do you have a question?
Originally, if we have good, economic structure, if we are having, politically stable economy, political stability, because the passage of time, each and every note is usually dated with economic policies and all that. Actually, it's really important to have a stable, homogeneous economy, economic framework to maintain that. The other thing is that you have to show yourself that you're a people who make the representation. You have to be, in harmony with your neighbors. In that particular way, you can promote yourself as peace-loving, as a modern nation that is welcoming, welcoming, and we want to have more industries here. We want to have, we want to build the representation there. In this particular way, we can have, we can boost our economy. We can have more people here. We can, enjoy this type of relationship.
Thank you so much. Session chair is requested to please conclude the session. Sir, please conclude the session, sir. Please conclude the session, sir, please.
Okay. So, I'm not an economist, so it is very hard for me to conclude the session because it is not my field of interest. But obviously, as a specialist on foreign relations, I see the importance of all the factors. And I see that there are many, let's say, products from Pakistan which are available in Poland, and the quality of them are appreciated among the Polish customers. And I hope the same view is at the Pakistani side. I hope the participants of that session will take a look at the products they purchase daily, and they recognize it and consider it as a Polish product, like paper products, for example. And obviously our activities in searching for crude materials like gas and maybe in the future oil is also very important for Pakistan economy, and I hope and I pray that searching will be fruitful, because it is both interest of Pakistan, which is still lacking of that resources, and for Polish company which is let's say making business on such research, so it will be fruitful that searching for that resources. And I see there are many perspectives of the future cooperation between Poland and Pakistan. I hope will Poles fill the gap between import from Pakistan and export our goods here to Pakistan. And we will export more sophisticated stuff than just scrapped steel, which is on the first place. So, as I see, maybe some of you will be business persons in the future, I mean about your students, so it is up to you also which way our cooperation will follow, this or that. I hope it will be the better way for sake of both Pakistan and Poland. So thank you very much for opportunity to participate in that panel as a chairperson. So I hope you will enjoy that session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time to distribute certificates to the paper presenter. So I would like to invite Dr. Samreen Amir to select, please, the certificate. Dr. Samreen Amir. Beside next, Muhammad Mustafa Raza is requested to please come. Dr. Asma Kausar, please come. Dr. Hussain Shah, sir, please come on to the Chapter 15. Dr. Mazury Afridi. Dr. Mazury Afridi. Last, I would like to request to Professor Dr. Assalam, Chairman, Department of International Relations, to please come on stage and please give speech to the Professor Dr. Alexander Glowinski.